Hi, this is Richard O'Connor once again. This is my YouTube channel, and thank you so much for tuning in and watching. I think it'll be a record, it'll be something my kids will be able to be embarrassed about and not tell anyone about in days to come. If, of course, we survive the apocalypse and the falling apart of the world and the return of Jesus Christ and the devil being let loose in the last days, and God knows, what's going to be happening. And actually, he really does. So, in a way, that's a good thing. I don't really know, because I think so much is open to interpretation in different ways, but I think we can't deny that there's more to life than meets the eye. This is like front stage, and it's all about self and all that kind of stuff, or so often about self, and less about sacrifice. And it's more about what is it about? It's more about it's a bit what John Kennedy said. Don't ask what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. And it's a bit like that. We expect everything these days, and we're happy not to give much in return. Anyway, and it all has to be about us as opposed to about other people. Anyway, so I'm falling into the same category. I'm a sinner just like you, but Jesus has saved me. I'm just wondering if he has saved you too. What's that black thing? Oh, hold on, let's see if I can put that right. That's the back window. Here we go. So, what was black, what was dark is now light. Is that a metaphor for Jesus Christ and the love of God? This is a song, sorry, big intro today. This is a song called Easy Street, and it's on this album, which is Traveller's Tales, which is the kind of second album I made on my own, having made the first one, which was with a group with a ridiculous name called Loose Goose. And what does that mean? But there is a meaning to it. You'll have to look it up somewhere. It's all to do with the Holy Spirit. Anyway, so that's on that album. Traveller's Tale is called Easy Street. And before I get into it, I would like to read you from this Daily Light, which I recommend. They don't make these anymore, but you can still get some on the internet, I guess. Listen to this. This is great. Peter was a disciple of Jesus Christ, right? And so there was one day out on a boat, and this all sounds fantastical, but I believe it, and many millions do, billions in fact. And so there was a stormy day on the sea, anyway, of Galilee. But Peter, when he saw the wind, because Jesus asked him to come out, walk on the water towards me, is that you, Lord? And Peter was saying, Jesus said, just come out, have faith. So extraordinary story, and extraordinary to have been there. But Peter, when he saw the wind, he was afraid, and beginning to sink, cried out, Lord, save me. Immediately, I like the immediately bit, Jesus reached out his hand and caught him and said, you of little faith, why did you doubt? I'm in that category so often, not having enough faith for things that God has said, no, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to give you, this is your condition now, you're no longer a sinner, you are a saint. And I'm going, no, I seem to still be, me, and God is saying, no, you're not. I've changed you. So it's an extraordinary thing of now and not yet. This is what the Christian faith is all about. The Lord delights in the way of the man whose steps he has made firm, and I'm sure that includes women too. Though they stumble, they will not fall, for the Lord upholds them with his hand. So if he's made your way firm, your steps firm, even if you stumble, and we do stumble, and he recognizes that all the time, he will uphold us, because it's his power that makes us good again and gets us over our inheritance, bad inheritance very often, in fact, usually. It's more obvious in some families than others. Let me see, there's a bit more here. Cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you. And when they say cast all your anxiety on him, it's Jesus Christ we're talking about. And I just love this. I love the words that come from this. I find it so encouraging every day, morning and evening. I keep it in the loo, actually. All the loos, we have 2 or 3, and so I don't miss out. But I also keep it in the cabin now because I'm talking to you and I'm wanting to include it. Easy Street goes like this. Take you down an easy street, so many people you can meet, but they don't seem to give a care for whatever goes on around there. They laugh, they play, and they do the same. They lose themselves in anything just to keep their mind from the worry. They slow down when they should hurry. Oh no, they've got such a long way to go. Oh no, oh no. Take you down a harder road. People live here by different code. No one here works just for the bread. The work itself, man, is good for your head. They welcome all as one and the same. No one asks where you came, or what you do is not what counts. It's how you do it that they care about. Well, oh no, we've got such a long way to go. Oh no, oh no. As the feelings get stronger and stronger, and the people, yeah, get worried for longer. I finally found the right chord where life must go on. Yes, and people may be very wrong, but I feel the truth will come. Oh yes, I feel that the truth will come. Take you down an easy street, so many people that you can meet, but they don't seem to give a care for whatever goes on around there. And I'll take you down this harder road. People live here by different code. No one here works just for the bread. The work itself, man, is good for your head. Oh So that's kind of a Friday afternoon version of this song in at the end of April 1919. And of course, I hardly ever play these songs anymore. But as I'm playing to them, I don't rehearse anything. I'm just throwing it out, and I don't care, about performance or anything like that. I just care about truth and love and Jesus Christ. And I long and hope and pray that people will get saved, because I really believe that we're in a lot of trouble potentially. We've moved away from God, and we don't listen. We're just into ourselves. We're not listening to how the universe was made and what the rules are for living here. It's everything we've got is given to us, and so many of us are just abusing it and not thinking about it. We've become aware of plastic recently, but it's a huge thing, but it's a minor thing. The main problem is the heart, and a lot of people just don't seem to care for whatever goes on around there. And the harder road is people living by a different code, and people not just working for money, bread. It's the old hippie thing, bread, money. And the work that you do is actually good for the head. In other words, you're involved with something that isn't all about you and what you want. You're involved. You're the cog in a wheel of the Creator's way of running the world. And that's why we're so unhappy so often, is because we're just not doing what we were created to do with the people we were created to do it with, and for whom. So anyway, I'm beginning to preach, which is always trying for many people. Anyway, lots of love. Have a great day. That was Easy Street. Please go to my website, which is Rock Songs, as in Richard O'Connor, rocksongs.com. All the best. Bye.